My assignment is to talk about reposition for prosperity. Reposition for prosperity. And there's a couple of things that I want to look at. I'm going to give you 4 keys today, but I'm only giving you an abbreviation of 4 keys. If you're really going to reposition yourself for prosperity and success in your life, there's 4 key things that actually has nothing to do with money that will help you to recalibrate and put you in a position where you can be successful. It's 4 key things that I've learned. Just a little about me. I come from a poor family. Didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. Yeah. So the things that I'm going to teach are things that I live out loud. Okay? So I'm not going to share anything with you that's a theory that I haven't put to practice. Are y'all hearing me? And so there's going to be some principles, PLE, that I'm going to give you that activates the principal anointing for your life, PAL. Now, what does that mean? See, an atheist that works principles will get the results of the principles without the principal, PAL. Are y'all seeing it? The principal is who Jesus Christ is for our life. The principle is the very thing that we are working. And everybody, whether they know God or not know God, understands the principles of God. Are y'all hearing me? But what makes us unique is that we activate principles under the anointing of the principal. So that gives us insight. Are y'all understanding? That we may not get if we did not have that kind of relationship. But here's the deal. If you don't work the principles, then the principles will not work. Are y'all hearing me? I went to church, so I can go to church real quick. The truth of the matter is faith, which is a principle, without works, is, so y'all see that? So if you don't work your faith, then your faith won't work. Does this make sense? And so when we talk about this, there's 4 principles or 4 keys that I'm going to help give you that's going to help you reposition yourself for prosperity. And it's going to also help you to position yourself for success. Now, again, I can't give all the material. Come on. Because we don't have a lot of time. But you know, we'll stay connected. Empowered by Dan. If you Google it, you'll find it. Empowered by Dan. That's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's YouTube. All my social media is Empowered by Dan. Website, empoweredbydan.com. So you'll be able to get that. Here's the 4 keys we're going to talk about. Number 1, we're going to talk about focus. Say focus. Number 2, we're going to talk about discipline. Say discipline. Number 3, we're going to talk about confidence. Say confidence. And number 4, we're going to talk about consistency. Say consistency. Now, I'm going to spend a little more of my time talking about focus than the other 3 for the sake of this moment. All right? So, by definition, reposition, it simply means to place in a different position, right? It means to adjust or to alter the position of something. So, in other words, to just bring context, go to the Bible real quick. Peter said, let us go a-fishing. He said, let us go a-fishing because he knew that he carried, he was a skilled fisherman. And he knew he had an anointing that when he go fishing, he gonna catch some fish. Are y'all right? Y'all with me, right? And so he goes fishing, and they go out, and he goes with confidence that this is not going to be a long trip. Because we hungry, we're going to go fishing, we're going to go eat, and then we'll be good, we can come back and do what we need to do, right? Y'all know the story. He goes fishing, and the Bible says for all night long, right? He does not catch any fish. Now, this wasn't the first time he went fishing. Matter of fact, this wasn't the first time he went fishing in the sea that he was going fishing in. So he had some understanding of how to fish. Are y'all with me? So when they got up the next morning, there was a little bit of frustration because what he did what he normally does, but what he normally does no longer worked.
Okay, now look at it.
So here's the question. How many of you have been doing what you've been doing for years, and for years it worked, but now it ain't working? Are y'all hearing me? Yeah, I feel the anointing. I'm trying to be careful. And so what happens is now you go to the principal. Because in the absence of a working principle, when you have a relationship with the principal, you can get insight that everybody else don't have. Talk to me. And so here's what happens. He goes, Jesus comes on the scene, and he don't go fishing for them, but he tells them to reposition yourself. Well, what do you mean reposition? Now here's what's funny. He didn't tell them to go to another scene. He didn't give them different tools to use, because the tools they used was good, because God's not going to give you anything that's not usable for who he created you to be. This wasn't in my notes, y'all. But here's what's happening now. He says he doesn't give them a new tool. He doesn't give them a new location. Come on now. He doesn't change where they are. He just repositions them and say, take your net and cast it on the other side. When you do that, he changed the strategy. Can I tell you, there's nothing wrong with who you are. There's nothing wrong. You're not a failure. I don't know who this is for. This is just a season in your life where God is calling you to change the strategy. He's calling you to just reposition. Don't go nowhere. You ready to leave? Don't leave. Just reposition. You ready to quit? Don't quit. Just reposition. You ready to give up? Don't give up. Just wait a minute.
Come on now.
Let me get back to it. I need the PowerPoint, because the PowerPoint keeps me a little more disciplined. You understand? And so reposition. So what is it that we're going to reposition? If we're not going to reposition our gifts, if we're not going to reposition our talents, because the gifts and the calling of God are without, see, I'm on Bible ground, right? So we're not going to reposition our gifts, and we're not going to reposition our talents. Then what are we going to reposition?
That's it.
Yeah, huh? Don't worry about that stuff. We here now. We'll come back and have it all together. We on the road here. Because I don't even know if I'm going to get to all of that. So what are we going to reposition?
Come on here.
What we're going to reposition is our mindset.
Yes. Come on. Help us.
In the mind.
What we're going to reposition is not only our mindset, but we're going to reposition our mission.
Yeah.
And the third thing we're going to reposition is our money.
Come on.
Now, so we're repositioning for prosperity, right? Prosperity is a state of being wealthy and successful, right?
Yeah.
Now, here is your get out of jail free card. Because wealth and success should never be defined by somebody else.
Right. Come on now. Come on here.
Because by definition, the term success is the achievement of a goal. Right? So if you achieve the goal, you are successful. The problem is we begin to measure our success comparing it to somebody else's goal.
That's right.
Are y'all hearing me?
I agree. That's right.
I teach a class called Household Economics. And when I teach this class, we talk about financial independence. And what I tell them is, I need you to write down what your definition of financial independence means. Because for some people, financial independence just simply means I don't have a car note, my house is paid off, I'm good. For other people, financial independence means that I got $1 million in the bank. And I was teaching in a wealth seminar one time, and the lady said, I don't need $1 million. And people criticized her. And I said, no, you can't criticize her, because what she determines as financial independence, what she determines as successful, is her own right. And she has been freed up from comparing herself to other people and measuring her success based on what other people look like. Are y'all understanding? The first thing I want you to do is I want you to write your own definition of what prosperity and success looks like for you. Keyword for you. Now me, I got this crew, y'all. I got a crew called the Fab Five. And that's my 5 children. And so for me, I probably need a little bit more than others, because I have a daughter that just graduated 8th grade, and what she asked for 8th grade, her 8th grade graduation is a MacBook Air. And because she's been spoiled since she's been born, she at home playing on her MacBook Air. So I need a little bit more. Y'all understand? Because my tent a little spread wide. 2 in college. Always on something, So, but my point is, I want you to identify what is prosperity, what is success, what is wealth for you. Don't allow anybody else to give you that definition. That's your definition. You own it. What does financial independence look like for you? Everybody understand?
Yeah.
Now, here's the deal. We're talking about 4 keys to help us to reposition ourselves for prosperity. We said that prosperity is a state of wealth, state of being wealthy. Wealth is not how much you have in your hand, as much as it is how much you have in your head. Since we're at church, I'm going to go to church. The Bible says God gives wisdom to get wealth.
That's the word.
Wisdom is the appropriate application of knowledge. Knowledge is based on what you know. What you know is based on what's in your mind and how you think. In other words, if God says that he gives wisdom to get wealth, he doesn't give money to get wealth, he gives ideas. He gives insight. He gives intellectual property. Are y'all getting this? So wealth is not what's in your hand as much as it is what's in your head. Is this making sense? Because I am an avid father, my child son, because I'm an avid daddy, you'll hear me talk about little lessons I teach my children. Sometimes we do what's called dad's chat. And once they got older, they realized dad chat mean they was gonna sit down and I was gonna chat. So I changed it up now. I don't say dad's chat because there's a natural resistance to it. So now I just talk, hey buddy, come for a ride with me. But here's what I tell, especially my older children. The greatest value that you have with me being your father is not what I put in your hand.
Come on, that's good.
But how I help cultivate your heart.
Yes.
And what I put in your head. Because what I put in your hand, you'll lose it, spend it, abuse it. But how I help cultivate your heart, what I put in your head will be with you forever. Are y'all understanding? So if we're going to really ascertain wealth, then we have to ascertain a wealthy mindset. Because you got to understand that poverty has nothing to do with your bank account. Poverty deals with your mentality. Is this helping you? And so we're talking about this repositioning thing. One of the things in our mindset that we have to reposition is our focus. Focus, by definition, is defined as the center of activity. It is the center of attraction. It is the center of attention. It is the point of concentration. So the question that I have today, and I only got about, I got how much time I got? How much time I got?
35.
I got 35 minutes. So I started at 10:12. That's what time they got me up here, at 10:12. Now, I'm not saying that. They told me an hour, and then they cut my time short. You see what happened? That's all right. It's all right. I'm going to be obedient. Because last time I went too long, and he didn't bring me back no more. So I'm going to be done at 25 and leave time left over. So here's what happens. Watch this. So the term focus is the center of concentration. It's the center of attraction. It's the point of activity. The question becomes, where is your mind, or what is your mind focused on? What has your attention? What is attracting you, and how is it attracting you? What is the center of the activity that you are engaged in? Are y'all hearing me?
Yeah.
These are some questions that you have to ask yourself. Now, if we're going to be focused, there's 10 things that I want to do to help you stay focused. I'm about to fly. Y'all ready to fly?
Yeah.
The first thing is vision. Everybody say vision.
Vision.
You cannot have focus without vision. Because where there's no vision, the people perish. That word perish doesn't mean die. That word perish means they become wild. They become unconstrained. Are you understanding? They have blurred vision. Let me go back to the Bible. The Bible says that God breathed into man a breath of life, and man became a living soul. What did God breathe into man? He breathed into man vision. Are y'all hearing me? And the Bible says that man became a living soul. So vision activates a man's soul. What is a man's soul? His mind, how he thinks, his will, what he desires, his emotions, how he feels. Are y'all with me? So so it's activated at the point that God breathed into man. So you gotta have vision. Everybody say vision. Vision is the beginning of everything that will ever exist on the earth. If you don't know where you're going, any road is going to take you there.
You're right. Exactly.
Vision gives, watch this now, vision gives your daily activity direction.
Listen to me.
Vision gives your daily activity direction. Vision, watch this, assists in becoming the default button when things in your life gets off task. When you recalibrate or reposition back to vision, it helps to bring things back into alignment. Are y'all understanding?
Yes.
So, your vision should be practical. Your vision should be emotional. Your vision should be personal. Your vision should be achievable. And your vision should be expandable. Your vision should carry the ability to shatter glass ceilings in your life. Your vision should have the capacity to penetrate any limitation that has been set up in your life. Because vision never speaks to where you are. Vision always speaks to where you're going.
Yes.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yes. Yes.
Number 2, why? Everybody say why.
Why?
Why do you have this vision? Why are you focused on this? My why is simple. First and foremost, it's my family, my Fab Five. Everything I do to their heartbeat.
Amen.
That's my why.
Yeah.
The secondary why is everybody else. Because my why is to empower people to live a better life. That's why I exist. Period.com. Every person I come in contact with is an impact contact. Either you're going to leave my presence crying or you're going to leave my presence laughing. You understand? Now here's the deal. Seeing families come together and tear apart makes me cry.
Yes.
My children makes me cry on demand. My 5-year-old, he went to hug me this morning, and I called him in. I said, "Daddy, get ready to leave. You want to go?" And then he started talking about his dad, my 5-year-old. And he said, "How about next time?"
Okay.
And he looked and I said, "Give Daddy a hug." And when I hug my children, I say heart to heart, and they say what? Chest to chest. And so I hugged him, and he looked in my eyes. He said, "Dad, are you about to cry?" I said, "No, I'm good, son." Because he understands that my interaction with my children brings tears to my eyes. That's my why.
Yeah.
What's your why? And your why cannot be limited to something that is meaningless like money.
Yeah, right. Yes.
And if your why, watch this, if your why don't make you cry, then it's not big enough. Are y'all hearing me?
Yeah.
If your why don't make you cry, it's not big enough. Why do you want to see this vision come to pass? With a strong enough why, you can and will find the how and the wherewithal to work your vision until it comes to pass.
Yes, Lord.
Is this making sense to you?
Yeah.
Here's the third thing you got to do in maintaining focus. You got to meditate. I didn't say pray. Meditate. When you pray, you're talking to.
Come on.
The word meditate is defined as to think deeply or focus one's mind for a period of time. It's done in silence for the purpose, watch this, this is why I meditate. For mental planning, say mental planning, mental cleansing, and mental relaxation. Meditation gives your thoughts an opportunity to breathe clearly. So I try to take about 30 minutes. And when I take 30 minutes, clear my head, it allows me to read the fine prints of life that's happening. Because I've detoxified my mind. Are y'all hearing me?
Yeah.
Is this helpful so far?
Yes.
The next thing, you got to set goals. The reality is, this is number 4. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. What is your goals? When you set goals, number 1, it gives you a benchmark. It gives you a measuring, an ability to measure progress, right?
Yes.
And when you set goals, it creates momentum for the next level of your life. Because every time you achieve a smaller goal, it gives you momentum to go after a bigger goal. Are y'all understanding?
Yeah.
See, many of us don't have goals. We got this big idea, but we don't have these goals that we can actually reach. I've learned that if I eat in smaller portions, I won't eat so much.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Right.
And I'll still be full, but I'll also be healthy.
Yeah. Amen.
Some of us we're eating more than we have the capacity to consume at the moment we're consuming it.
Right.
And because we can't finish, because we bit off more than we can chew, we give up.
Don't enjoy it.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yes.
Because the goal was so big, we give up. So if I said that by the age of 50, I'll have my doctor, or by the age of 46, I'll have my doctor's degree. And I kept looking at, man, I got 5 more years. It's going to seem like forever.
Right.
So instead, I said, listen, I'm going back to school. I'm going to go full time. By this date, I want to graduate with my bachelor's. I went back to school. I go full time. I graduated in December. Now that I'm about to achieve that goal, I say, hey, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get an MPA. So I started looking. But I'm doing it in small steps. If I said that, man, I'm going to be in school for the next 5 years, my ADHD going to kick in.
Right. Amen. That's too much to handle. Right. That's an elephant.
Can I just talk real talk?
Come on.
Life going to happen.
Yeah.
And can I tell y'all a secret about life?
Come on.
Life happens with or without your permission.
That's right. Amen.
Life happens whether you're ready or not.
I'm not, right.
Life happens good and bad.
Right.
And when life happens, what are you going to do? Are you going to sink or are you going to swim?
Right.
You cannot defile the happenings of life. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
But you can control some of it.
Yeah. Come on. Right. Amen.
Set goals. Everybody say set goals.
Set goals.
All right, here's the next one. This is going to be huge because I just kind of talked about it. Don't bite the distraction. Don't bite the distraction. Because every time life happens, there's a possibility for distraction. We must learn how to minimize those distractions by categorizing their priority and responsibility. Watch this. Everything is not a priority and everything is not your responsibility.
Really right.
I'm going to give you a get out of jail free card. I start saying stuff like this. Your negligence doesn't constitute my emergency.
Come on, that's
That's good.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yeah.
See, y'all have allowed, not y'all, because see, we learn in the Baptist, you don't say you don't say y'all. You say we, and we say us. See, I've been trained, Baptist trained. I'm trying to tell you, I know better. We have allowed other folk negligence to constitute our emergency. So you can't bite the distraction. Are y'all hearing me? People call me, listen, my sons, they'll tell you, my phone rings like this all day, every day. I maximize my time. It's 168 hours. I asked the Lord to give me more in a week. He said no, so I'm maximizing my time, right? But here's what happens. When I pick up the phone and somebody say, hey, what you doing? I always say something.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm always doing something.
Right.
And when I ask them what they doing, most times they don't say nothing.
All right.
And so here's what I tell them. Well, here's what I got to do. I got to get back to my something. I'm going to let you get back to your nothing, and I'll call you later when you got something to talk about. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Don't bite the distraction.
It is.
You get to the office, you got your day planned, you got your agenda, you got your goals, you're setting it up, and then all of a sudden somebody call you to talk about nothing, or they call you to talk about nothing that means nothing to you.
Right.
And then you done walked around for an hour and lost track of time and produced nothing. Do not bite the distraction. And watch this, if they're not pushing you towards your destiny, then they're pulling you away from it. And you gotta determine the push or the pull. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying to you?
Come on now.
Can I go Bible for you? Because I know we're in the church. Listen, the Bible says, lay aside every weight. We teach that and we get stuck on the sin. Forget the sin. God ain't really tripping about sin. He can deal with your sin. The righteous fall 6 times, chase 7, but they get back up again. We got bounce back power from sin through the blood and through repentance. But the issue is the weight.
Yes.
That burden, the Bible calls it, when you translate it, weight means burden.
Yes.
It means obstacle. It means obstruction.
Yes. Jesus.
We got to learn how to lay aside the weight, even if the weight we're laying aside we love.
All right. Come on.
Because sometimes loving you, it may hurt me, and I can't keep hurting me to love you. So when love becomes unhappy, you got to know what to do with love. Lay it aside, stay focused, and don't bite the distraction. Who am I talking to?
Hear this. Hear this. Come on.
Is this helping you?
Yes.
Holler, you're helping me.
Helping me.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Don't bite the distraction. Say, don't bite the distraction.
By distraction.
You must stay emotionally and mentally tough. As the greatest distractions attach your head and your heart.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
Listen.
That's why you got to stay emotional.
That's it.
Emotionally tough. Because it's a heart issue.
Yes, it is.
You got to stay mentally tough because it's a head issue.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Can I be spiritual halfway?
Come on.
Spiritual warfare is any ungodly counsel to your mind.
Yeah. Come on now.
So when your mind say, I can't, that's spiritual warfare. Because God counsel says, I can do all. Y'all understand?
Yeah. Right. Come on now.
That's why the mind is so significantly important. Paul said, when I would do good, he was forever present. And that which I don't want to do, I find myself doing. And if everything that I want to do, I find myself not doing. It's like a war. You know what a war is? It's in his mind.
Yes. Yes, Lord. Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Let me move this thing. The sixth thing that you got to do that helps you stay focused is to track your progress. You cannot effectively see that you see that which you do not track.
Yeah.
So if you're not tracking it, you can't see it. That's what's happening with our money. In household economics, when I teach that class, one of the things I tell at the beginning of every class, I say this. At the beginning, each class is 6 weeks long. So at the first week of the 6-week cycle, I say this to the people. I say, I want you to go home. I want you to look at your bank statements for the last 90 days. Everything that you spent $100 or less on that you did not budget for, I want you to document.
Come on.
And the promise that I make in every class is that I am going to give you a raise by the end of this class. Without you asking for it from your boss, without you doing anything else, I'm going to give you a raise. And I tell them, by the second class, you're going to know what your raise is. I gave one married couple a $24,000 a year raise because they looked over the past 90 days and spent over $6,000 on expenses, $100 or less, because when it's less than 100, it's not a lot of money to us.
Yeah, right, right.
Now y'all understand?
Yeah.
Can we talk about mindset?
Yeah.
$1 million begins with what, Kyle? $1 million begins with what? A penny. That's a mindset. $1 million begins with 1 cent.
Yeah, 1 cent.
So if you're disrespecting a penny, you're not qualified to deal with $1 million.
Come on now. Come on.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yeah.
So you got to try. Create ways to see how far you are towards reaching your goal. Create charts and timelines so that you will see when you are falling behind or pulling ahead. Make adjustments to the plan as necessary. Are y'all understanding?
Yes.
You got to track your progress. Now, number 7 is going to be key in reposition. It's called recalibrate. Everybody say recalibrate.
Recalibrate.
Recalibrate, recalibrate. Recalibrate means to determine, check, or rectify. It is extremely important to recalibrate as you move through the life cycles of your goal. Let me tell you, recalibration allows you to properly assess where you came from, evaluate where you are, and examine where you are going. I got a chick on the side. Everybody know I got this little chick on the side. Hey, I believe in transparency. I got this chick on the side. And what I like about it, she does things that my wife won't do. Here's some of the things she does. When I tell her my vision, all she does is like a good helpmeet should. She run to try to gather information to help me get to where I'm going.
Come on. Come on now.
And then, once she set the direction in place and the path for me to follow in place, I get on that path. But while I'm on that path, sometimes I make a wrong turn.
All right.
Sometimes I have a detour. Sometimes, I come against a roadblock that I didn't see going along the way.
All right.
But she's so good and so sweet at what she does.
Come on.
All she does is recalibrate.
Okay.
But when she recalibrates, she forget about where I came from.
Oh, wow.
Come on, y'all better catch this.
Where you at? Right.
She forget about, she don't say you missed the mark.
Yes.
She don't say you made the wrong turn. And see, I got her in the English, in the little London voice. So little Siri just say, recalculate. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But here's what else so beautiful about it. When she recalibrates or recalculates, she forget about where I came from. And she deals with me based on where I am. And watch this, she never changes my destination. You gotta learn how to recalibrate. You gotta learn how to forget the fact that you failed yesterday. You gotta forget the fact that you used to be this yesterday. And you got to put yourself in a position where you deal with where you are, but don't let your destination, your vision, your purpose, your destiny change because you hit the roadblock or ran in the wrong direction. Who am I talking to?
Come on now.
I forgot the mic's supposed to be like this. Excuse me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shane, I don't know if Shane ever seen me like this. He's normally following me and we're teaching workshops and we're mentoring at-risk youth. But y'all getting me excited again because y'all got to recalibrate. We got to recalibrate. We got to get to a place where we forget. Listen, I've touched millions before. But I can't keep living off of my yesterday victory. Can I go to Paul real quick? He said, forget those things which are behind. He didn't say forget the bad things, the good and the bad, the happy and the sad, the highs and the lows. Forget those things which are behind and move forward those things that which are before. I gotta understand this.
Go ahead. Yes, God. Thank you, Lord. Yes, Lord.
I gotta get ready to run. I gotta run through this. Celebrate milestones is number 8. And then number 9, this is going to help you. This is going to be a get out of jail free card. Everybody repeat after me. Just say no.
Just say no.
If you're going to stay focused, you got to learn the power of no.
Yes.
Don't immediately commit to projects anymore. Check them against your mission and your goal. And as my homeboy Johnny Cochran, rest in peace, say, if it don't fit,
You must have quit.
you must quit.
Come on.
Are y'all hearing me?
Hey, yes.
You got to learn the power of no.
Yes. Yes.
You got to learn the power of no.
Yes.
You got to learn the power. Everything is not yours to do.
Yes.
That's
Thank you.
it.
Even though you can do it.
Yes. Right.
That's it.
Come on.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yeah. Yes.
Listen, I've been on a couple of multi-level marketing companies. I got to the top 10, the top 25. I won contests. I made a lot of money. And the reality is that I'm good at it. But if you bring something like that to me today, I can't do it. I can't even look at it. I can't even consider it.
Right.
Not because it's a bad idea, because it may be a good idea. But it's just not God's idea for my life. Are y'all understanding? And it could be a good idea, but if it's not a God idea for your life, you cannot do it. Just say no. It is a distraction. It's going to keep you from remaining focused. It's going to alter your repositioning, and then you're going to have to reposition the position you reposition.
Yes. Come on.
Oh,
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God.
Here's the deal. Number 10, make calculated decisions. This one slide, making calculated decisions, Bishop, is a 2-hour workshop.
I got it.
It's called How to Make the Right Decision 99% of the time. And unfortunately, I can't give it all to you, but I use it as an acronym. The D is destiny. Every decision should consult your destiny first.
Yeah.
Every decision you make should consult your destiny. The E is evaluate. You got to evaluate how it's going to affect you. The C is consequence. You got to determine, watch this, you got to determine, can you afford the consequences for making that decision?
My God.
Can your spirit afford it? Can your money afford it? Can your credibility afford it? Can your character afford it? Can your integrity afford it? Are y'all understanding?
Yes.
Then the I is for information. Never make a decision that's not informed.
Yes.
Gather all of the information. Here it is. The S is sincerity. Be sincere in everything that you do. Don't just do stuff just to do it. Be sincere about it. The I is integrity. The next I is integrity. Be integral about who you are and what you do.
Yes.
I was praying this morning and I said, God, search my heart and know my thoughts. If there's any wicked in me, lead me to the way of everlasting. Father, forgive me for any open door where I have expressed or exemplified the lack of integrity.
My God, listen at that.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yes.
The O is for ownership. Whether you made a good decision or bad, take ownership of it. Don't pass the buck. Don't throw somebody else under the bus. It was your decision.
Yes.
Own it. I messed up.
Yes.
I blew it. I made the wrong decision. But you know what? Failure is not who I am. It's something that happens.
Right.
And it's a life lesson that simply says, oops, that didn't work. So I'm not going to make that decision anymore. Are y'all understanding?
Right. Yes.
And the N is necessity.
Yes.
You got to evaluate the necessity of the decision you're getting ready to make. Is it necessary? Those are 10 things to help you stay focused as you reposition yourself for prosperity. Was that helpful so far?
Yes. My God.
Here's another one. Let's go into discipline. And I only have 9 minutes. So I got discipline to talk about, I have consistency to talk about, and I have confidence to talk about in 9 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk 3 minutes each.
Okay.
Here, Theodore Roosevelt says this: with self-discipline, most anything is possible. That's what he says. Discipline is the activity, it's the exercise, it's the regimen that develops or improves a particular skill. It's training expected to produce a specific character or pattern of behavior. You have to be disciplined. There's 5 ways to discipline. Discipline is not something, watch this, that is achieved through sheer desire, want, or even will. There is no willpower to discipline. Discipline takes a lot of work, precise focus, and commitment to seeing the vision through until it is fulfilled. 5 things that determines discipline. Number 1, make the sacrifice. Everybody say make the sacrifice. You must be willing to sacrifice your pleasures and your play in order to pursue your purpose.
My God.
Number 2, you got to assess your weakness. Say, assess your weakness.
Assess your weakness.
Number 3, you got to establish the right routine. Say, establish the right routine.
Establish the right routine.
Mike Murdoch says the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. What it is, what are you doing every day? What muscle memory are you building every day? You must have a routine. Are you understanding?
Yes, yes.
Because what you do today will determine how you live tomorrow. Here's the next one. Do it now. Everybody say do it now.
Do it now.
I'm going to spend a little bit of time. I'm going to spend the last 60 seconds on this one. Procrastination is one of the number 1 enemies to discipline.
Yes.
Procrastination leads to death.
Yes.
There will always be a reason to put something off in doing what you need to do another day. Doing it now will help you become more productive in your daily routine. Are y'all understand?
Yeah.
It's the power, I call it the power of now.
My God.
I teach do it now. I tell do it now. Do it now. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying?
It'll help you, yeah.
But why I gotta do it now? I can do it later. No, do it now.
Come on. That's right.
Y'all understand? It's the power of now.
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen though. Number 5, in maintaining discipline, is you're going to mess up. You're going to fall off. You're going to say, I'm going to fast for 10 days. And then you're going to go to your friend's house and they're going to have the best meal possible and it's going to compromise the fast.
Right.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to learn how to recover and move on. Are y'all hearing me?
Yeah, that's good.
When you, because if you keep giving yourself, making an excuse, you're never going to get back on track. Recover, accept that you fell off, recover, get back on track, and move on.
Yeah.
Don't go into depression because you messed up. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up. Recover and move on. I wish I could spend more time, but I can't. So here's the deal. Tony Robbins says it this way. He says it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the next point. So we went from discipline to consistency. Consistency is the steadfast. Come on, somebody say steadfast. Adherence to the same principles and the course. To be consistent is to be reliable and to be steady. My cousin, Dwayne Johnson, y'all know him as The Rock. I figured we cousins, we got the same last name. He says it this way. He says success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work gains success, and then greatness will come. John Maxwell puts it this way: small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over a period of time. Now, those were all of the great people, and I figured since Tony Robbins was great, Dwayne Johnson great, John C. Maxwell's great, I might as well throw me a quote in there for me, right? I mean, I want to be around good, great company, right? So here's what Dan Johnson said: you must do the right thing consistent enough, long enough, and it will eventually be enough.
All right.
Woo! Y'all see that impact y'all just had? Come on, somebody! Yeah, see, yeah, I like that. I told y'all about Tony, I told y'all about Dwayne, broke down John C. Maxwell, then I gave Dan Johnson. Whoa, I like that. Yes, sir. You want me to say again? You the lady of the house. Let's say you the pastor. He just the overseer. So I'm doing the pastor of the house. Say, listen, you must do the right thing consistent enough, long enough, and it will eventually be enough.
Come on. Right thing.
And it'll consistently be enough.
Yeah.
5 things, real quick, to help you become consistent. Develop a daily confession. You got to consistently say what you want to see.
Yeah.
Build a daily productivity list, not a to-do list. I don't want you to be busy. I want you to be productive. And your daily list should be based on where you're trying to go, because your vision gives your daily activity direction.
Yeah.
Are y'all kidding me, right?
Yeah.
The third thing, this is going to be important, and I'm going to spend about 2 minutes on this. Invest in a coach or a mentor. I have several coaches and mentors, and those are the key. I invest. I pay money because I want that anointing.
Yeah.
I sow into the anointing that I want for my life.
Oh, yeah.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yeah.
And then I begin to model them. I model success. I don't seek to be them. I want to model the success principles that they're operating in. Part of the issue with us is we want to return, but we don't want to make an investment.
My God. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? The man of God asked me, can I be transparent? He said, I need you to come and do this as a seed because we can't pay you. And I said, well, that's fine. I'll come. I do this for free. This is what I like to do. When I say I can do it for free, I'm willing to do it for free. Because I don't pursue money, I pursue purpose.
Right.
And in the pursuit of purpose, money comes.
Yeah.
That was a nugget.
Yeah.
You gotta understand. As long as you pursue money, it's gonna run from you. But as soon as you pursue purpose, it's gonna run to you. Are y'all understanding?
Right.
But here's the deal though. I asked them, can we not give the people an out? Because in the church,
Come on now.
we're always willing to receive.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
But we get a little stuck
Jesus.
when it's time to give.
Right. Come on.
Full transparency.
Yeah, right.
I said, I want the people
Yeah.
to sow into this.
Yeah.
And we'll split the pot and I'll be a seed back into it. I
Come
understand.
on now.
Why sit and take
Yeah,
and not sow into it?
not.
You don't activate the anointing on my life until you sow into the anointing. Is this making sense to you? So guess what I'm going to do when this is over?
Come on.
I'm going to receive a seed.
Amen.
And for those of you that want this kind of anointing,
Hallelujah.
I'll walk in $1 million anointing.
Come on.
I'll walk in a purpose-driven anointing.
Yes.
You're going to sow.
Yes.
And you're going to sow into the man of God.
Yes.
Are you understanding this?
Yes. Glory to God.
You got to learn how to invest.
Yes.
And being consistent, you got to eliminate distractions.
Yes.
And number 5, you got to do it anyway. Somebody say do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
You don't feel like it?
Yeah.
Do it anyway. Your head hurt? Do it anyway. Your toe hurt? Do it anyway. You've been working all day? Are y'all understanding? You don't want to be bothered? Is this making sense?
Yes.
You got to do it anyway.
My God. Thank you, Lord.
Let me move.
Yes.
I don't feel like it.
Do it anyway.
I'm sad.
Do it anyway.
I'm too busy.
Do it anyway.
I'm tired.
Do it anyway.
I'm too stressed.
Do it anyway.
I'm unmotivated.
Do it anyway.
I'm on vacation.
Do it anyway.
I'm unsure.
Do it anyway.
If you find yourself making excuses, do it anyway.
My God.
Let me tell you a secret. If you continue to justify what you're doing, you'll never get to where you're going.
Right.
If you continue to justify where you are, you'll never get to where you're going.
Yes.
Are y'all understanding?
Yes.
Here it is. This is the last piece. I got 60 seconds. And so I want to end it with confidence. Confidence is not arrogance.
Yes.
Confidence says that you have trust and belief in your ability.
Yes.
And there's 4 things that comes against confidence. The fear of rejection, the fear of failure, the fear of change, the fear of inadequacy. Oftentimes our fears become the paralysis that keeps us from even trying.
Yes.
Whatever you do, own it. When I met Dr. Trim over 15 years ago, and she became one of my clients, she said to me, "Are you good?" And I looked at her and said, "Oh no, I'm not good. I'm the best at it.
Come on, yeah.
I'm an expert in this thing."
Come on.
And she gave me her cell phone number that day, and she said, had I stuttered,
Come on.
when she asked me, was I good, she would have walked away. Confidence attracts, arrogance repels.
Yes.
I don't want to be arrogant. I don't want you to be arrogant.
Right.
But I want you to be confident.
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe it, nobody else will.
Come on, man.
Yes.
I'm not finished, but I'm going to stop. In obedience of the Lord Church, I'm going to stop. I'm done.
Jesus.
I'm
My
stopping.
God. Hallelujah.
I-